the thing to do. I mean, you know, I'm kind of bad because obviously I'll go no matter what. If I have bills due, there's a chance that it may not get paid because, you know, I'm going to get a room for the team, or I'm going to make sure they're fed, or I'm going to, you know, give us all gas to get down there or whatever, because it's hard to find anything else as important as that is. You know, it's like, okay, I've been working with this dad, you know, for 3 months. I know that he drove in from Tampa. I know that I can go down there, and I know that if we go down there, we can help him. We might not be able to find him today, but we can help him. We can be right there beside him out there, so he's not out there on his own in the woods getting lost and cut, which is how we found him. And, you know, we can do some of his legwork. We can get out and do some investigating. You know, we can help him. And to think I can't do that because I need to pay this, you know, it's pay this little bill or find another way to pay it next week and get my butt down there. We're getting our butts down there, and we don't even really think twice about it. That's probably not a good thing. My bill collectors are going to be like, oh, I knew you were avoiding me.
Don't we all do that though?
Yeah. Heck, my car is stranded in Kansas right now. I went down for a search there and I blew my engine up. It's still there somewhere. Ugh. But, you know, hey.
What are you getting around it now without your car?
I've got a borrowed car from Kansas that I need to get back. As much as I hate Kansas, it actually has been pretty good to me. It's just the wheat stickers and the heat and the dirt and the unsolved cases that I don't like.
So let's talk about the heat and the stickers. I would love you just kind of give me a laundry list of all the different elements, critters, things you can see.
Man.
We'll see raging waters, we'll see alligators. Kind of give me a list.
Yeah, God, we have had alligators in a natural lake where they shouldn't have been. We're out there in a kayak with a swimmer and a diver just, you know, toddling around, and there he is right there. We've been shot at. We've been almost run over in a cemetery a few times. Golly, we've been lost. We've had people fall out on the trails. We've had breakdowns, people lost out, stuck in the mud. I mean, God, you know, there's so much. And we've had situations where we've gotten really spooked, where it turns out it maybe was nothing, but, you know, the stories that we laugh so hard that, like, we have to pull over on the side of the road driving home because it's just so hysterical. Our PI one night heard a car. We had been getting chased around by this blue car all weekend in Duncan, so we were starting to get a little freaked out. And it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're outside the hotel, and we're all serious, and we're talking about the next day because we had, you know, a big day coming up, and we were trying to figure out. We were actually at an investigating stage now because, you know, he should have been in the water. He's not in the water. There's got to be something else going on. So we're getting kind of spooked. And we were behind the hotel, and all of a sudden we hear a car. I look up, and it scares Krista, the PI. She jumps up, goes running over for the door, starts yanking on the door. Well, she needs a key card. She still just keeps yanking on it. That scares me, so I go running and hide behind a trash can. I'm dodging, trash can moving around. And then Laura, the canine, who's like a total badass, she's not scared of anything. She's got her Bible in her hand, and she just turning back and forth and running in place. And Brian, the tough guy, he's sitting in the chair just watching it all like, what the heck is going on with you guys? But still, I mean, to this day, that one, we can't talk about that one without poor Brian crying till he just cries, or laughing till he cries. It's hysterical.
So whatever happened, who was the person that was following you guys?
We think it might have been a journalist that was following us around and freaking us out. Well, our suspect had a blue car, and we kept spotting this thing, you know, following us, and it's like, okay, this is getting weird, because after we picked up on a suspect, and the suspect thing got really weird because his father had many years ago committed a multiple murder and had like staged the victims up and took all these pictures of them. And he had actually been executed on the very same day so many years before that the boy went missing. So we had that little really weird connection, and we got like really spooked out when we made that connection. I mean, it turned out it was nothing. It was a coincidence. I mean, a pretty big one, but you know, it was enough to freak us out pretty good. So then when we kept seeing the blue car, and then once Laura, who's the canine girl, who has the big dog with the titanium grill, when she starts getting scared, then I start getting a little nervous. So the blue car was making her nervous, so then that had us all a little freaked out. But this is the same trip where Brian and Gerald got shot at out in the field and had to hit the ditch and, you know, in a creek on their bellies and crawl out, because, and it was like, it wasn't private property, so the only thing we could figure is maybe, you know, stumbled on a pot field or a lab or something. Oh, and we have found pot fields out in Kansas, and we had horses on the search trail with us, and they were eating it. I got out there and rolled around in it just because I was like, you know, hey, if we hadn't had the deputy with us or the sheriff, I think I would have been pretty scared and we probably would have got the heck out of there. But he was with us, so I was like, I'm going to enjoy this for a minute. It was pretty neat.
What technology and equipment is at y'all's disposal? I know Brian was telling me about, like, you can be in another state on some app and see in, like, direct view.
Right.
What are some of the tools that you guys are using?
We've got a really cool program. It's a tracking software, and you can create a sector, and, you know, they can sign in on their cell phones, and then from their cell phones, I can track them, you know, everywhere they go. I can see exactly where they are. You can take photo clues from it, and it'll actually tag them on the map, which is really cool. So say you find a bone out there and you're not sure whether it's a human bone or an animal bone, you can actually just take a picture of the bone, and on my main map it'll pop up a little camera, and you can click on it and it'll show you the clue, so you've got exact coordinates for where it's located, so that we don't have to touch anything or, you know, move anything, and it helps us preserve the crime scene. Plus it helps us keep everyone safe. We know where everyone's at. It's also helpful, like at night, they'll get out looking, and anywhere you've got like a ditch or a bridge and you've got a lot of brush that could conceal a vehicle, you want to check those spots. Well, on the dark highway at night, you can't always see those spots. You know, it just looks like a dark ditch all the way down through there. So I can set from anywhere on the tracker and see exactly where they're at and be like, hey, you're about to come up on a bridge. There's heavy brush on this bridge. Let's go ahead and get out and sweep this one. And, you know, they'll pull up, it looks like nothing, and then they'll get the flashlights out, and they're like, holy crap, there is brush here. You know, so it's helpful that way. It's real helpful with the families. We've got the app on our phones that turns it into a two-way radio system. The reason that's so cool is because every family that we work with has cell phones. So we're able to create a channel, let them download the app, we create a channel, and then all of a sudden, they've all got two-way radios. As long as there's cell phone service, they've got a way to contact us. We've got one search that we actually found the guy alive eventually, but we had worked with the family for several days driving the routes, and it's kind of neat because they would get out and they would, you know, he had no tags, so I had him checking, you know, a little ways up on every single road he might have turned on. Like, you know, if he saw a cop, it's very possible, hey, I have no tags, I'm going to turn off right here. So we had to keep, you know, everything in play. And the family could like literally get on while we had the master map and go, hey, I've just cleared this road, I'm going on down to this road, we just cleared this one, we're just cleared this one. So it allowed them to, you know, not backtrack over each other, but feel like they were actually doing something and be productive about it. And for the family, I believe that's really healing. I mean, it was for me, I know. And it seems to really help them knowing that they, you know, are actually doing something to help. It sucks that they have to, and, you know, that they have to learn how to be investigators, but I think it does give them some healing, and, you know, kind of helps them from that idle time of worry and sitting at home. If they're all out doing something and, you know, being proactive, I think that it really helps them.
I would love to hear a couple stats from you, and I did a little research. So 2,300 people go missing in the U.S. every day. Currently, there are 93,000 people missing in the United States. If I could have you say those, I just need to get some stats in the old tape.
Okay, it was, can you replay them one more time? It was 93,000.
2,300 go missing every day.
Okay. Every day in the U.S., 2,300 people go missing. Nationwide, on any given day, you're looking at, 92 to 93,000 people a day. There on any given day. That's a lot of people.
Not 93,000 a day.
93,000 in America.
Yeah.
Okay, damn. All right, let me do this again. What was it?
Just say the 93,000.
Okay,
2,300 was killed.
we got that. Okay, and then
Currently,
currently there are 93,000 people missing in the United States.
Has there been a case or something that has been a profound thing for you, or something that has lived? I mean, aside from Cody and Ben, because that one you're
Sure.
obviously just
Right.
attached to that.
Right.
Has there been another case that has lived with you, stuck with you, and had a profound effect on you?
Yeah, I'd say there are 3 of those. The one of them we're working right now. It's been ongoing, and it's a foul play case, and we've gotten very, very close with the family. And I think that all of us, if we don't solve this one pretty soon, are going to crumble right along with the family, because it's gotten pretty frustrating. The walls that we're falling up against. We know, pretty much who did it. We know, who knows where he is, and getting through to them and getting those answers has just about crushed us all, but we're getting closer. There's a case in Kansas, Megan Fogelsong. We've been working for a very, very long time. I've gotten really close with her stepmother and her sister, and we talk, almost every day. And that one also a foul play case. Another one where we pretty much know who did it, and it's just so frustrating. In both cases, the main place that's the most likely crime scene still has not been checked. After all these months, it's still not being checked. The main suspects still have not been set down and grilled in the hot seat. It's just frustrating, and you get as frustrated as the family. I mean, because you go through it with them, and it gets really hard to look them in the eyes. When you know how frustrated they are, because you feel it too, and you feel like you're not doing enough for them, and that if you had the resources, that the other fellows have and aren't using them, that you could probably get out there and make a pretty big difference. If we can do what we can with very little resources. If we were able to get those phone records and all this stuff, I mean, my God, what could we do? And to see them not using it. In both cases, yeah, I would say that it's getting held.
So the family has obviously told law enforcement that, and they're just.
We're pushing hard. I mean, we pushing, trying to get the more media. We just push. They know exactly how we feel about it. I mean, I'll post. It's probably not the smartest thing, because I kind of need law enforcement support, but it's hard when you get in this situation to not step up and say, come on, man, help us out here. This is, I realize it's not a little kid. I realize this is an adult, but this is still important, and I realize you're busy, and I realize this stuff costs money, but my God, come on, put one detective on it. Get out and grill this kid. Go check out, process this house. We got a table out here. Go process that. Get some luminol out. You want to scream it at them. And it still doesn't happen, so it's pretty frustrating sometimes. The same. It's another case in Eufaula, Oklahoma, Peggy McGuire, and that's the one. We were there on Thanksgiving Day. We were there on Christmas Day, and we feel nowhere closer to finding her now than we were. We faced a tornado out there. I mean, we were in 30-degree weather, 30 degrees outside with rain and sleet. We're in kayaks in a pond. I mean, we went to bat for this one. We know who did it. I'm actually kind of related to him, it turns out. But go figure. But that one, I mean, her poor mother is just, she's still every day. She's out, family's out looking, and it's been since last November. It's a long time. It's September now. 2 months, she's celebrating a year. with no results, even though they pretty much know exactly what happened and where it happened.